Hello, this is Chris from Cristello Fitness, focusing on living for balance. So I wanted to start off the week and start talking a little bit about being off on routine and not having a consistent schedule. I have been completely off for, it's been at least 3-4 weeks now. And I am a person that has a hard time with change, loves a routine, and really sticks with that routine. But when things get in the way and there's stress added into your day and there's distractions in life and things that just are not under your control, how do you stay on track with your nutrition? So I wanted to talk today about nutrition on the go. For me, recently, I can't even tell you, like I usually probably cook maybe 4 nights a week. I have probably cooked maybe once a week in the last 4 weeks. So my nutrition has been on the go. So when I say nutrition on the go, that can mean out to dinner, that can mean takeout, that can mean eating at a friend's house or family, and you're not cooking your own food. So when you're not cooking your own food and you don't know what's going into it, how do you stay on track? And for me, I really eat very clean and healthy, and I prefer to do that because I feel so much better when I do. Do I fall off track? Absolutely. Am I struggling a little bit right now? Yes. But I've had such good habits with my clean eating and healthy eating habits that I've been able, in times of stress and difficult times and off routine, I've been able to stay on track and somewhat make good decisions about some of the things I'm eating. But a lot of that is mindset, and I'm still not fully there. I'm still struggling with getting myself back on track. But when you're falling off and when you're not cooking your own meals and when life is crazy busy, how do you still make healthy choices? So I want to talk about dining out. So when you're going out to dinner, usually it's, regularly it's about 1 time a week for us, maybe 2 times. But lately I feel like it's so much more. And going out to dinner, it's, sometimes you think that's a treat and that you should, indulge and eat whatever you want. For me, I still go out to dinner and focus on eating healthy. And some tips I wanted to share, which is a big one for me, is when you first get to a restaurant and they bring bread to the table, that's a weakness of mine. I love Italian bread dipped in oil. Oh, it's so good. So if it's on the table, my willpower kind of goes downhill, and I'm going to take advantage and I'm going to eat the bread. So if you say no bread, please, then you're in a better place. So that's one thing. Another thing that I really always do is I always ask for the dressing on the side. And I always ask for a lighter dressing, whether it's a balsamic. A lot of times if you want a Caesar salad, it's already going to be pre-mixed, and then you're going to getting that creamy dressing that's added calories. So focusing on the lighter dressings, and then drinking lots of water, and avoid soda and soft drinks and alcohol, or have in your head when you're going out that I'm going to have 1 glass of wine. I'm not going to have 3 or 4 glasses. And then don't add in any additional salt. Like salt, there's so much salt added in when you're going out to dinner. I mean, you at least know when you're at home what's being added into your food. So stay away from the salt shaker on the table. I personally use Himalayan salt, and most restaurants don't have that option. And when it comes to choosing your meals, think about some of the things that are on the menu, and try to stay away from cream sauces and gravies. And then try to, instead of pasta, maybe ask for a side salad instead of that, or an extra vegetable. Same thing with like potatoes and rice. Maybe focus on just having your protein and ask for double vegetables, and kind of staying away from more of the starchy things. And then when you're asking for vegetables, I usually ask for them steamed. Unless they're roasted, I make sure that they're in olive oil and not in butter. And then sticking with your lean proteins, like your chicken and fish, picking those items off the menu. And the toughest one sometimes is saying no to dessert. I always like to at least look at the dessert menu. And then another thing for dessert is if you're going to get dessert, limit yourself. If you're going out 2 or 3 times a week, maybe you get dessert one time, but share a dessert. Instead of having that whole dessert for yourself. And sometimes I can just take like 1 or 2 bites of the dessert and I'm good. So, those are some kind of healthy tips when you're going out to dinner and you're dining out, especially if it's happening more often. And you're really trying to eat healthy and trying to stay on track. You will feel better when you do some of these things and you keep yourself with making healthier choices. The other option is deciding on where you're going to go to dinner. As if you have the choice, then make it a restaurant that has healthier options. If you're going to be tempted by, like, say, Mexican and they bring free chips and salsa to the table and you really don't want to have all that extra salt, then maybe you don't choose that restaurant. That is not something I could resist, the chips and salsa, so then I would just have to stay away. Maybe if you have a really hard time not having the bread, then maybe not choose an Italian restaurant. So think about the choices that you can make. So maybe one, if you're going out a couple times, choose one of the healthier ones, and maybe one is more going to be like your cheat night. Yes, the sweet tooth. And you know what else happens? Now that you're talking about sweet tooth, is sometimes it just have some fruit. Fruit can really curb that craving. I know I'm getting off track, but just thinking about fruit, sometimes at home I do that. And instead of putting chocolate in your mouth, try a couple pieces of fruit and see if that does it. And then go brush your teeth, so then you're not tempted anymore. So those are my tips on dining out, especially if you're, out, busy schedules, kids. This time of year is so busy. And even if it's like around the holidays, sometimes that's a busier time. So making sure that you go in the mindset of making healthier choices and just doing some of those simple things that can help you stay on track when stressful things happen in your life, you're off routine, you're not being consistent, and you can still make those healthy choices. And that's all I have for today. So tomorrow, I'm going to talk to you about takeout. How can you stay on track by ordering takeout? All right, thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.